We've done some research, and I know the clerk and I have had multiple conversations about this particular item. There's not, from what we can see, we haven't been able to find an actual off-the-shelf system that we can go to that would perform this particular duty. So it would have to be something that's customized and would cost a considerable amount of money. And so really, we're not able to, in that particular case, we're not able to fulfill that particular request, and that's why it's put there as an NA, because we have not been able to find anything that exists that would allow us to do that.
Sort of the workflow tracking, so thanks for that update. In terms of then, I guess that becomes something that, you know, I guess it's closed because you can't do it, and ultimately, you know, it just, I don't know, I guess I don't know how we close the loop on that. So that's a question.
I think SMT should be saying, oh, we went out, we looked, we can't find anything, let's not do it. Let's put an NA by that box. That's council's decision. If staff feels that it's an expensive project, then bring that to council, telling us what you researched, what you found, how much it's going to cost, and then council can make that decision about whether to move forward or not. This particular line item was a major campaign issue on the part of the mayor. The residents of our municipality have been watching this particular issue with great concern because it involves, for example, phoning into the township office, complaining about Router Road not being plowed again for the 6th time. I'm just kidding, by the way, if any of our staff are watching this. But it allows the resident, because that's the way the system was explained to us, it allows the residents to go into our computer system, see their report, and identify where it is in the queue, how it's being addressed. And so to simply say we're not going to do it because it's too expensive, to me, is not acceptable. That's a council choice. If council wants to go out on a limb and say it's this much money, we're doing it in the best interest of our residents, that's what we're elected to do, then let's do it. Councillor Leakey, I'd like to suggest to you that, and maybe our clerk consider this for our next council, in software on our computer, I used part of my remuneration to buy an Adobe converter, so that when I open up an Adobe document, my left-hand panel has a toolbox and I can convert. And for example, in this particular spreadsheet, it took me, I think it converted it in a minute. So I think it cost $25 or $30. So perhaps it's a software that either you want to purchase yourself or staff can consider having added to the computers for our next term of council. And finally, oh, sorry. I guess my final is just a comment in demonstrating why this report is so important to us. The discussion that we're having now has been a fulsome discussion with I think everybody walking away with some satisfaction in knowing that at least we have something, although I'm not in favor of what you suggested, cherry picking as we get close to the end of our term about what's important or not. I think if it came before us, it was important to us and it should stay on the list, even if it means the next council has to follow through with it. Thank you.
Councillor Huff.
Thanks. Just a couple of remarks with respect to comments made previously. On the business of workflow tracking and ticketing, I would remind council that I think everyone got the report that was issued through AMO of the study undertaken by LAS about systems, IT, the state of IT in municipalities in the province, and specifically the report that not a single municipality in Ontario was found to have an effective workflow ticketing type system that worked in municipal context.